Shalom, shalom, Yasharahla. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give all thanks, glory, honor, and praise to the supreme power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakaha, Kodash, and double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. All right, this is the brother Kazawan from the GMS Bahamas Camp, Nassau. Back at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, with another lesson. Lord's willing, the lesson be edifying, serves its purpose, which is to help build the spiritual tabernacle of King David. All right, shalom to the few sisters watching and learning. Stay strong and remain humble. All right, I have a lesson showing you the lies and deception of this of the devil, the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, known as the so-called white man or the red man. All right. We know that they're forgers of lies, and their main objective is to entrap you so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos, and the speckled birds scattered across the winds, through the four winds, all right, known as the true Israelites, the true Israel, all right, the Lord's chosen people. Their main objective is to ensnare us, entrap us, all right, through their different technologies, through the charagma, all right, the RFID microchip, all right, because they know there's no coming back from that. They know that there's no repentance from that, and they have different ways of doing it, all right, different ways to basically catch our eye, try to intrigue our people, all right, into taking that. But we know that only 2/3 of our people will take it, because it's 2/3 of the multitude that were born in vain, all right, they're going to perish and come back through the loins of the elect. They're going to perish with the heathen nations through thermal nuclear fire, through an innumerable ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he has to basically eradicate 2/3 of our people and the heathen, all right. But the charagma, all right, or the MOTB, all right, is what is basically going to be used, all right. So here I have a video, all right, showing you that the mad scientist is at it again. All right, Esau Edom is at it again. All right, doing their thing. Whereas they have the world's first computer that actually uses human brain cells. All right, just stay on Frankenstein what they bringing out now. Okay, all right, they have Neuralinks, which is basically brain chips. All right, they also have the RFID micro CHIP, the charagma, all right, that they biometrically implant in the body. And now they're showing you that they have a Frankenstein right now using human brain cells, all right, placed into a computer, which is their end objective is to basically have you connected to the Internet of Things so they can digitally enslave you, all right, so that you will be solely relying on them and not the Most High Power, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai. But we know the elect won't be fooled, only 2/3 of our people, but all right, nonetheless, I'm going to play the video, short clip, get a couple of precepts and try and get out of here. Lord's willing, it'll be edifying.
The CL1 computer is the first in the world that combines human neurons with a silicon chip. It could be used in disease modeling and drug discovery before it expires after 6 months. For more details, follow the link in description.
Play it again. Listen carefully now.
The CL1 computer is the first in the world that combines human neurons with a silicon chip. It could be used in disease.
Human neurons, all right. Brain neurons, all right. Human brain cells, all right, with a chip, all right.
Disease modeling and drug discovery before it expires after 6 months. For more details, follow the link in description.
All right. So now I got a little article here that I'm gonna go to. All right. Concerning the same clip Salaki for the noise in the background. Concerning the same clip, all right, that I just played. All right, whereas they said it's going for 35,000. The asking price on this is 35,000. All right, but it says the world's first computer that combines human brain with silicon now available. It says that the CL1 is the first in the world that combines human neurons with the silicon chip. It can be used in disease modeling and drug discovery before it expires after 6 months. All right. So there's a new type of computer that combines the regular silicon-based hardware with the human neurons is now available for purchase. All right. So let me get Psalms 58 and 3. All right. So you have to be mindful of this damn devil, man. You know, a lot of people just became missing. All right, we have a lot of missing Jake throughout the world. All right, that's what they be doing. Basically, harvesting your organs for science. All right, we know that this devil lying right now. Okay, this says Psalms 58:3 says that the wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. All right. That's them. That's the so-called white man. All right. They're saying now they basically developing this damn computer with human brain cells for some type of good. But we know, all right, they doing it for wicked purposes. Some of they sleeve. All right, they say doing it for drug modeling and all sorts of madness, but it ain't so. All right. Let me get another one from the book of Job. This devil crafty boy. If you mind them, all right, they look you grind me up. All right, the baby to the right down to the baby to the breast up. All right. Also they could take that that karagma. You see, what are they looking for here now? Slovakia. Job 18 and 4. This is book of Job 18 and 4. It says, "But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value." All right, and we know, all right, this is what the mad scientist says, a physician of no value. All right, forgers of lies. You know, there's a reason why they doing this. Okay? But nonetheless, I get a little bit more in the article and read on. It says that the shoebox, where is it? All right, there you go. It says that the new type of computer combines regular silicon-based hardware with human neurons is now available for purchase. The CL1 release by March 12 by Melbourne-based startup Coracle Labs is the world's first code deployable biological computer, according to the company's website. The shoebox-sized system can find applications in disease modeling and drug discovery, representatives say. Okay, and when they talk about drug discovery, drug discovery means it is the process of finding new medications, often involving identifying the active ingredient from traditional remedies or scientific research. Basically finding new cures for quote unquote diseases. And these are diseases that they already created. So what they continuously do is try to continually go in the rabbit hole. All right. It goes on, it says that the drug discovery is a multidisciplinary field that includes biology, which is the study of life, chemistry, and pharmacology, aiming to develop the new treatments for diseases. Okay, so basically going into their pharmakia and their witchcraft. That's their main objective. All right, And we know this is why Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is going to punish Babylon the Great for her witchcraft and for her sorceries. I get that in the after I read the setup line. It said, inside the CL1, a nutrient-rich broth feeds human neurons, which grow across a silicon chip. That chip sends electrical impulses and forms the neurons to train them to exhibit a desired behavior. Using a similar system, Coracle Labs taught Dishbrain, a predecessor to CL1, to play video games and ping pong. So when it's saying a nutrient-rich broth feeds the human neurons, that going into witchcraft, son. All right, saying nutrient-rich broth feeds the human brain cells, all right, to grow across this chip. All right, basically almost like harvesting a brain. This is the witchcraft that the scripture speaks of. Okay, let me get Nahum 3:1. All right, because these suggestions of no value, son. Babylon the Great must fall. All right, the mad scientist must fall. The physical demon of the spiritual demon Satan must go down, boy. All right. He's making up all kinds of excuses with human modeling and drug modeling and all type of nonsense. Nahum 3:1 says, woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery, and the prey departed not. All right, who's the prey? You so-called Native Americans, Negroes, and Latinos. I can jump down to verse 4. It reads, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts. All right, like I said, that brought what they say that they feeding these human brain cells to go across that damn chip in this computer. That's witchcraft. You understand? Because of the multitude of whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through their witchcrafts. All right. Verse 5 says, behold, I am against thee, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts. I will discover thy skates upon thy face, and besew the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. All right, so that's why the Babylon the Great is going down. All right, through the witchcrafts and the whoredoms. All right, the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua exposing them for their bullshit. All right. All right. The 2 Thessalonians. Second Thessalonians 2:4. All right, it reads, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. All right, and that's the mindset of the so-called white man. All right, this is what they do. They're trying to play like there's the Most High, like they could cure, all right, any plague or any sickness that the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put on people. All right, and there's a reason that the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua does things like that. All right, and they try to play this the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, but guess what? They only go so far, and they only doing what the Most High allow them to do. You understand? They only know what the Most High allow them to do. The Most High he give them the knowledge. All right, but they already puffed up. They puffed up with a damn pride. All right, thinking that they is the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, so they can continue to try and go further and further and further. All right, until they march themselves down. All right, but the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua have them doing just what He want them to do. All right, this is Proverbs 16:4. It says that the Lord had made all things for Himself, yea, even to the wicked for the day of evil. All right. So the mad scientists only doing what the Most High Power Yahweh Hashem Yahushua want them to do. All right. He being evil. All right. He being evil in all righteousness. He can't help himself but doing evil. The Most High Power. That's what the Most High Power make him up for. All right. But this just an article that came that the Most High put on my spirit to bring out as I read it. You know what I mean? They're showing you, all right, how far in the depths of wickedness these devils will go. All right, pertaining to their witchcraft. That's why Babylon the Great gotta go. That's why Esau, Edom have to go. That's why this kingdom have to fall. And Lord Yahushua Mashiach have to return, all right, to put everything back in its rightful order. All right. All right, so Lord's willing, the short lesson was let up is edifying and serve His purpose. All right. This is Brother Gaza one closing up, but before I close, I'd like to give all thanks, glory, honor, and praise to the Supreme Power. Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Wakaha Kadash. Double on us to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopefully elect. This is Brother Gaza one closing out. Until we meet again, Shalom Abad Babal, Ban-Yasharahla.